intro here to today's video, reminding you to shop at thewoofershop.com. Shameless plug. Guys, I just put some new brands up, Amp Your Audio. I got a lot of DS18 on there. And I do have the Hooligan KO line of amplifiers on there that I run in my Jeep, the wife's Blazer. And every test I did, them amps like totally outperformed. I got a video on here of me clamping it with the AMM1, wired at 1 ohm, rising to like 2 ohm. I still got 8K out of it. So beast amps, and they're under $1,500, guys. I mean, that's a killer amp at a killer price tag. So check out thewoofershop.com. Let's get into the damn video, all right? Good morning, everybody. Ooh, yeah. That's good. And I know some of y'all are like, man, all them preservatives in there, them chemicals. But I look at it like this. If they can preserve that coffee forever, they can preserve me. I could be immortal. But anyway, the weather's beautiful today. And you know, all last week the weather was like awesome. Creeping into like later Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday, my days off crap. I get up Tuesday morning, it's beautiful again. And it's supposed to do the same thing next week. But anyway, guys, what I'm here for, I'm just giving y'all an update. This thing's playing really, really good. I know I went from each amp at 0.33 to 6.7, which in turn you would think it'd be louder the way it was before. But I'm thinking it's going to be a lot louder with each amp at 0.67 because, one, the amp's becoming way more efficient. And the subwoofers are all, the coils are done in a series. So I took each subwoofer up to 4 ohm because they're dual too. And then I paralleled everything out. So it's been really strong. I haven't turned it up like real loud yet, but I've turned it up enough to know that I'm impressed with it. And this sub here still ain't got her booty cover on. Slut. But that's all. I was checking in this morning, you know, to give a little update. I've played it really a lot. I've probably got 2.5 hours of playtime on it. Me and Deb would go to my little parking spot, and I played like an hour on Sunday, about an hour and a half yesterday. And then I drove it a little bit yesterday and played it. And when I got home, like, I didn't even notice it yesterday. This morning I left my house coming here, and I turned it up, and I was not, you know, just cruising volume, you know. I heard a bad rattle in there, and I'm like, that's not a sub rattle. So I pulled into the old Dollar General to get my coffee, and I left the bass playing, and I got in there, and I'm like, what the heck is it? It was a pretty good rattle. That one right there, him. That piece of bracing had like came loose. And I don't know, like, it didn't, I mean, they were tight. I had to like fight to loosen the jam nuts on it with my crescent wrench that I carry everywhere. And my Pot County speed wrench, for those of y'all that watch Puddin', but I tightened the crap out of it. But how I found out it was that rattling, you know, I left it playing and I grabbed it and held it and it was still rattling, and I pulled, like, put some tension on it and it stopped. So we're doing good now. But anyway, that's about all I got, guys. We're doing good. I'm happy to have the bass back, like, definitely. I can't wait till I get, I mean, for the most part, these subs are kind of broke in. I had 4 of them in here for like a couple weeks. I put 2 of them 4 in Deb's Edge, and she had them in there for months. So those 4, you know, 2 are kind of all, well, not nowhere near broken, but they were played. 2 of them are probably broke in, and then the 2 front ones that I just recently reconed, they're new, and those are the ones I'm worried about. That's why I'm taking my time and doing a good break-in. Now, some of y'all are like, oh, you just send it, you don't need a break-in. Because my wife shared a video and got that comment. Not gonna say who by, but obviously somebody that is supposed to know car audio really well that don't really know car audio. There's a few sub manufacturers out there that probably don't require break-in because the spider they use. But if you're using a good stiff spider, what's going to happen is you need to loosen that spider up. And I've mentioned it before in videos, but if you ain't seen it, theoretically, if your subwoofer is supposed to move that much after break-in, that's why the TS parameters, the FS would be really high, and then after break-in it'd be really low because it's supposed to move that much. But it's not broke in yet. It's only moving, say, this much. So you hammer it with power to get it here, but it's not moving there. So you got a crap ton of power making it move. It ain't getting full stroke. And what happens when a subwoofer moves out, it sucks air in across the coil, and then when it comes back down, it shoves that hot air out and goes up again and pulls cold air in. It works kind of like a piston, you know. Actually, it's kind of what it is, but that's your cooling. And if you're cramming a crap ton of power to your coils and they're not cooling properly, you can blow a new sub really, really easy. That's why a lot of companies tell you point blank, like, that you need to break in the subwoofer, you know, and it makes sense. I used to be one of them guys like, nah, just send it. That's because I didn't have enough power to do damage, you know. But after you get quite a bit of power, it's really easy to blow a new subwoofer. Now, somebody in my last video said that they didn't see these subs last in any period of time. I do have a crap ton of power, yeah. But these are Team Genesis with the better recone, the good, like, SPL recones in them. Now, the other Genesis did fine in here, you know. Yes, I set everything clean. I don't go nowhere near the volume I set everything at. And I control that bass knob. Like, I've only had these things smelling like twice. And that could be a number of different things. New subs, just out the gate, new subs are always going to gas off that epoxy on the coil. You're going to smell that no matter what. And you need to get them to the point where they smell a little bit gently, guys. You're going to get them to that point where they smell a little bit. And after all that epoxy gas is off, you shouldn't smell them anymore. But, you know, that's that new sub break-in smell. And I'll play until I can start. I'll barely be able to smell them from back there. And I turn the volume down. I've been playing pretty low. I've been staying, you know, from like in the high teens to the low 20s breaking these in. Now, that is a perfect, like, frequency, because if you start smelling them, just roll the bass knob down a little bit. Keep them moving because you're pulling air in, pushing air out. That's going to cool them down really good. You know, like, if you get your subs damn near to the smoking point, the worst thing you can do at that point is just turn them all the way off. At that point, you need to play some 20s, like lower 20s. Roll the bass knob down really, really, you know, to where they're just moving, and they're going to get air in there, and it's going to cool them down quick, rather than just letting them sit there and like bake and cool down with ambient temperature. But anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, guys. Everything's doing great. At this point, I might be at the show in Greenville, North Carolina on March 11th. I think the name of the show is Turned Down for What. At this point, I can say confidently, I'm going to be there, but, you know, things can always change. As for TDH, I'm not even sure yet. It's not looking likely. And last year, I planned on going TDH, and everything went wrong in my life at that point. So I don't think I'm even going to attempt that one this year. But anyway, peace out, guys. And as always, bass on.